in the West, we have grown very big outside, like a tree has grown very big. But it must find its roots, otherwise the whole tree can fall off without nutrition. So you must know the knowledge of the roots. Without the knowledge of the roots, the tree has no meaning. So this may be a little new thing for you to understand. But you must know, to know the knowledge of the roots, you have to become subtle. If you are not subtle personality, you cannot enter into your roots and you cannot understand what lies in there. So first of all, I said yesterday, you all should get your realization, and after your realization, you can understand this better than anything else. Christ came on this earth, but he was only allowed to preach and talk about 3.5 years of his lifetime. And in 3.5 years is enough. In that, whatever was possible, he said positively, he told about the future, all that was to happen. He didn't talk much about the Holy Ghost. The reason was his mother was the Holy Ghost at that time. And he didn't want to talk about her because the attention of the people would be on her and they would have killed her. And then he has got 11 destroying powers. And he would have used those 11 destroying power, and everything would have been finished. The whole drama would have been finished. So he did not mention much about the Holy Ghost and did not explain. But logically we must understand that we talk of the Father and of the Son, but not of the Mother. How can you have a Father and a Son and no Mother? That's an impossibility. So Holy Ghost is the primordial Mother. In the Sanskrit language, if you go, because in the Bible you cannot find everything about Christ. It's very little written. But you have to go back about 14,000 years back, that in India people had prophesied about him, how he will be coming. And about the primordial mother who was called as Adi Shakti, who is the Holy Ghost. All description was given, and when her advent will come, what will happen and how to recognize her. All this is described very well so many years back. Even about Christ, quite a lot is described, and also we are going to read it out to you, a translation of what is written about Christ. And then there is a complete description about his origin, how he came on this earth, and what was the purpose of his life. Ask the gentleman to come this side. Can you? This gentleman, come this side. To sit comfortably. And what was the purpose of his life, and how is he has to establish in this center here, and that by establishing there, he can suck the ego and superego in you, and how he takes you away, or he washes off your karmas and your conditioning. All that is being described very well in the Devi Mahatmya book, out of which we are just going to read a little bit to you about the adoration. So Bible cannot contain Christ, because Christ is Chaitanya, he is Omkara, he is the Logos as you call him. He is the power, and you cannot describe him in one little book when he was here only for 3.5 years. And the people who saw him also were his disciples. They did not know much about him. Till he was resurrected, they did not believe him also. And even after his death, in resurrection, Matthews and all these people were quite disturbed and upset, because they were all persecuted, and they somehow or other wanted to continue the message of Christ in a very secretive manner. So today the time has come for you to know about him, about what he was in the heaven and how he came on this earth. All that we don't have time today, but we'll be just telling you about a little passage that is written about him. So first, he is the one who is innocent, who is an eternal child. And he appears first on the first chakra of Muladhara, and there he is called as Sri Ganesh, where the carbon atom was made, carbon. And that is very important to understand, that Ganesha is the symbol of innocence, and Mother Earth is the power of that deity, Ganesha. So it was Ganesha later on incarnated on this earth as Christ, and he will be incarnated again as 11 Rudras means Ekadashas, or we can call him as Nishkalanka, his name will be, when he will just sort out things in the sense that he will just cut the people out who are not realized, who are no good, and the rest of them will ascend in the kingdom of heaven. This is what is the last ascent. Now for this, please sit down, please. Please be seated. Give him a chair or something. You have to sit down comfortably. You see, it is a thing that makes happen something within you. So you have to be very much restful. That's very important. Give him a chair if he cannot sit on the ground. No, he cannot sit on the ground. Give him a chair, but be comfortable. Otherwise, it won't work out. You see, it is not something that will go into a mind. It's something that will go into a being. So you have to be very receptive. Another thing I'll tell you, yesterday also I saw, and today also, you should not move your neck by eating something or chewing something, because this Vishuddhi chakra gets upset at that time. So keep still. Unless and until you are still, it cannot work out. So please keep still. So this is the nourishment of the roots, of which we are going to work out, which you will feel it very nicely within yourself. So first is that we'll read the Ganesha's translation about Ganesha. But just before starting, let us say Lord's Prayer. Once we say.
We'll say the Lord's Prayer together.
Put your hands like this, and now say the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver